Hockey Show.
Hey, what's up, hockey and rock and roll fans, and welcome to another edition of Skate to be Great here on the Rockin' Hockey Show. Today we're going to focus in on the ever-elusive skill of hockey stops. All right, how to stop properly. I know we've covered this before on several other Rockin' Hockey shows. We're going to get into it again today. We're going to work on how to have better stops. And we're also going to be checking out highlight goals by Eli Weingart. Julian Maximieux. Lucy Fitzsimmons. Sawyer Maximieux. Big hits by Wesley Maximieux. We got lots of highlights here on the Rockin' Hockey. All right, listen, if you want hockey, this is the place to get it. All right, it's like one-stop shopping here, and that's why this is the greatest hockey show ever. This show not only has great hockey content, but it's got how-tos, skill development. It's got great interviews with specialists of all levels, not just NHL players, but youth hockey coaches. We got youth hockey presidents, former players, current players. All right, you want funny skits? Look, this show's got it all. This is where the hockey rocks. And the music socks. This is the Rockin' Hockey Show. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Skate to be Great here on the Rockin' Hockey Show. You see snow's coming down so hard, I'm not even going to bother shoveling. We're just going to go with it as it is. All right. Today's show is all about stopping, okay? We talk about skating, now we're going to talk about stopping. And listen, here's the deal, all right? Talk about technique and stopping till you're blue in the face, okay? And you work on technique till you're blue in the face, but if you're not confident with your skating, if you don't work on your leg strength and your balance, and pay attention to the whole process of turning your body, all right, using your steering wheel, all right, it may take years to learn how to stop, okay? And for some people it does, all right? I've always said stopping is one of the most difficult things to learn as a skater, okay? So be patient with it. Put my boots underneath here so they don't fill up with snow, because that would be a rookie move right there, okay? Anyway, so stopping takes time, okay? We talked about skating confidence, all right? You got to feel good about what you're doing out there, which is why we work on our skating exercises over and over, all right? So you learn how to bend your knees, learn how to control your momentum, learn how to use your leg muscles, all right? Because you have to not only turn, but you got to push down into the ice, okay? So these things don't come easy. They take time, all right? There's also a big thing that you have to do as a hockey player, okay, is you got to push the envelope a little bit with and challenge yourself, especially when things don't feel comfortable, right? And working on your outside edges is very difficult, okay? For newer players, newer skaters, it's very difficult and it's a bit scary, okay? So when I talk about skating confidence, is you got to feel good about what you're doing so that you can challenge yourself a little bit. And those players that typically challenge themselves a little sooner tend to pick up stopping a little sooner, okay? Of learning how to take a chance, get on that outside edge, and you might fall down, all right? But as long as you're using your leg muscles and things like that, like we practice, it's going to get a lot easier for you. So again, we're going to work on technique today, but we're also going to work on all those other more important things like skating confidence, using your leg strength, controlling your energy and your momentum, right? And using your stick as a steering wheel here on the Rockin' Hockey Show. Hey, welcome to the Rockin' Hockey Show, all my rockers and hockers out there. Before we get started, again, make sure you subscribe to this channel, all right, because it's the greatest hockey show ever. And we got more hockey content than you can shake a stick at, literally, a hockey stick, okay? All right. Today, Skate to be Great, we're going to talk about stopping. All right, let's get right into it here, okay? So first things first is we want to make sure that we're in a good hockey position. Now, we've talked about this a lot. Your knees need to bend. They need to have soft knees. I call them soft because they need to bend real easy so that you can use your leg muscles here, okay? Now, anytime we're stopping, turning, or crossing over, we're going to use two hands, all right, for lots of reasons. Mainly, our stick is our steering wheel, so we want to make sure we're able to turn our stick properly to control the cat's on you. Turn our stick properly to turn our stick properly. We're going to use our stick properly to control our upper body and actually start the process of stopping, okay? But the knees have to bend softly so we can use those leg muscles. I talked about taking a chance of pushing the envelope a little bit. All right, those leg muscles have to work if you're going to challenge your skating at all. All right, you want to improve, you've got to use your leg muscles. And your leg muscles, you can't use them if your knees are going to be stiff and they're locking up all the time. Okay, so we want to make sure we're in a good hockey position. All right, knees are bending nice and softly, so I'm flexing here. All right, 2 hands on my stick. Now, remember, my stick is my steering wheel. All right, that's Benny. Benny, say hi. Okay, my stick is my steering wheel. So I want to make sure to start, my feet don't just turn sideways. Everybody talks about turning, you know, when people talk about stopping, oh, you got to get your feet here and you got to do that. Well, look, my feet are the last thing to actually turn, okay? So I'm going to turn my steering wheel. What that's going to do is going to turn my head, all right, my nose, and now look at my shoulders are starting to rotate. What that's going to do is going to turn, open up my hips a little bit. Now my hips turn, it's easy for me to turn my body sideways. Okay? Because if I just try to talk about turning my feet sideways, all right, it's hard to turn my feet when my upper body's facing the wrong direction. So again, my steering wheel turns my upper body, which opens my hips now and allows me to turn my feet. Okay? So that's the whole process of getting sideways. Okay? And your stick should always start it. Okay? And now you're always going to be ready to make a play with your stick as well. Okay? All right? Good stops make good starts. You want to be fast with the puck, so the whole thing about having a good stick here is so important, okay? Now, look at my technique here, all right? The legs are bent, they're supporting me. Look at my back, it's angled forward, it's pretty straight, so that, again, I'm not getting a sore back, and the weight is on the front part of my skate here, all right? Because my shoulder's here, my stick's on the ice. So as soon as the stick comes up, then the weight wants to go back on my heels, so I don't want that, okay? So I want to make sure that the stick's on the ice, and that helps keep the weight on the front of my skates right here, okay? My back is straight, okay? So that's the whole process of turning our body, all right? Now, what we want to do is we want to apply pressure down into the ice, okay? So because you got blades on here, all right, when you start that turn, there's actually going to be slightly an upward motion that's going to unweight your feet just a little bit. They don't actually have to leave the ice, and they don't. They're just going to unweight so that I can pivot on them and bring them around. And then once I get turned, then I'm going to push back down. That's what's going to make me stop. And the harder I push, the faster I stop right there. So that's an unweighting, so it's an up, turn, down motion. Up, turn, down motion. And we worked on this again in other rock and hockey shows, and I will definitely put a link on here to check out our stopping video. Look at my feet now, okay? When we stop, it's going to be one outside edge and one inside edge, okay? One outside and one inside. And that outside edge is always the most difficult position to get into, okay? Working on an outside edge. But again, the more you try it, the stronger you are as a skater, the more confident you are, the more likely you're going to get on it, okay? So it's okay sometimes if people stop with one inside edge here and another one kind of like this. As long as you continue to practice your skating, eventually we can get that edge back underneath, okay? It's hard for people to just go all in, get right on their outside edge and inside edge, okay? So again, keep working on your skating and it'll get there with all the skating exercises in our Skate to Be Great series. That'll help you get there, okay? So again, hockey position, all right, turn my upper body, up, turn, and I push down hard into the ice. And notice my chest does not bob here because my knees are nice and soft, and I let my leg muscles do that work, okay? Up, turn, down, up, turn, down, up, turn, down, and I stay in this hockey position right here, okay? Nice and strong, okay? Because again, we're stopping for a reason. Not only to stop our energy, but we're either trying to make a play or we're changing directions, or both, okay? So that hockey position is so important. Again, people talk about technique and having your body lean in one way and the other way. Look at, you got to be strong in your skates here. So I don't want my feet way over here, that my body leaning here. I might be able to stop, but I'm not going to be able to do anything else while I'm doing that, okay? So I want to make sure that those feet, especially the inside foot, is underneath me, slightly on that outside edge. That's going to put me in a real strong position, all right, to make a play and to start again, okay? Because we talked about our weight being on our pushing foot when it comes to taking off, all right? So, up, turn, down, apply that pressure quick, and then stay in this hockey position. Another real common error is when people try to stop. As soon as they turn, they stand up straight here, okay? But not only does that defeat the purpose of what we're trying to accomplish here, but it puts us in a really bad situation with our balance. So we want to make sure we stop and stay in that hockey position All right, so we can do whatever it is we intended to do when we decided to stop in the first place, whether it's changing directions or make a play. Okay, so stay in a hockey position. And again, feet are on those inside, outside edges in a good hockey position. And again, practice your technique, but more importantly, practice your skating. So just skate, 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 skate till you get that confidence and the leg strength that you need to support what you're trying to do. Okay, got a couple cones as markers here, and that's going to help me not only know where I want to stop at, but again, we're stopping for a reason, and that's usually to change direction. Okay, so watch what I do here. All right, and we're going to take this nice and slow. Now, everybody wants to learn how to stop, but they always try to do it when they're going fast. Go slow. Okay, let me say it again. Go slow. I'm skating from one cone to the next. Okay, as I get about halfway across, I'm going to get in my hockey position. All right, 2 hands on my stick. All right, then I'm going to start the process of turning my upper body, unweighting, and then pushing back down again. So it's push, glide, up, turn, down. Okay, notice how I stay in my hockey position, and notice where's my stick pointing? Back to the direction I want to go. Where's my upper body pointing? Back in the direction I want to go. So now I can make a good start going back the other direction. Okay, what I don't want to do is look down here because there's nothing happening down there. All right. Push, glide, up, turn, down. Push, glide, up, turn, down. Push, glide, up, turn, down. Now if you notice this up and down motion, something we work on all the time here in the Rockin' Hockey Show, learning how to use those leg muscles, how to have the weight on the front of your skates here, all right, and be strong. Notice my edges here, okay? As I stop on this side here, this is my inside edge, and this is supposed to be my outside edge. All right, so just get as close to that as you can, and as you get stronger and more confident, you'll get that outside edge there. Because eventually we're going to start pushing off with that outside edge. But right now, if you end up kind of straight up and down, that's okay. This position is the most important thing, okay? Push, glide, and there's my inside, outside edge, okay? Push, glide, inside, outside edge. Up, turn, down. Up, turn, down. And it's a real quick up, turn, down motion, okay? But again, just go nice and slow and do it as you're comfortable. But again, challenge yourself a little bit to make sure that you're working those leg muscles, okay? That's the most important thing right there, is that skating confidence.
Pay close attention to my up, turn, down motion here. This takes the weight off my skates so I can turn my feet sideways.
Stopping takes time, okay? It doesn't happen overnight, and I don't care how great your technique is. It takes time to develop that leg strength, the skating confidence, and the willingness to push the envelope a little bit and challenge yourself, okay? And again, everybody learns differently, okay? Go slow, take your time, and remember, everybody also has one good side and one weak side, okay? I do, everybody does, okay? One side comes easier, one side's more difficult. You gotta practice both sides the best you can, all right? And again, take your time, but challenge yourself. Make sure you're using good technique, but it's more about the leg strength and the balance of what you're trying to do that's gonna help you become a better stopper, all right? Hey, thanks for watching the Rockin' Hockey Show. Don't forget to subscribe. Take that stick and smash that butt end right through it, okay? Hit that subscribe button. Also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember, this is the Rockin' Hockey Show. We don't do just hockey. We